Okay, live has started, so let us start. So, welcome everyone for Meditation Magic. So, today we'll be discussing the third law from the book, The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. Okay, so karma is very familiar word. All of us know it, all of us has heard it, right? And karma is again a big concept, and all the spiritual gurus, a lot of books, even though they say the same thing, it is said in a different ways. It just the essence is same, but it just the way they explain is in a different ways. So today we are going to look at this author's perspective. Okay. uh, and again, karma has there is lot of misunderstanding behind that word as well, because a lot of people think like it is like a punishment, or it's like a bad thing. Okay. But that is not a fact. So karma in Sanskrit, it is a Sanskrit word which simply means action. So karma is like both action and the consequence of that action. It is like a cause and effect simultaneously, because every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in a like kind. So we all are essentially an infinite choice makers. In every moment of our existence, we are in that field of all possibilities where we have access to an infinity of choices. And some of those choices are made consciously, while others are made unconsciously. But nevertheless, we are infinite choice makers. See, at this moment, we all have infinite choices available for us, right? We are in the class. That means we have made that choice. So the law of karma says that even though in every moment of our life we have an infinite choices available for us, there is only one and only one choice. That is the most evolutionary, that is the most fulfilling, the most important, the most correct one. That choice is the karmically correct one. That choice is karmically evolutionary for everyone. It means that that choice will bring me joy, and that choice will bring joy to all others that are affected with that choice. So that choice will bring joy and fulfillment to me, and simultaneously brings joy and fulfillment to all others who are affected by that choice. That choice is the karmically most appropriate choice. So therefore, the law of karma says every action generates force energy that returns to us in like kind. It is that expression we all have heard: what we sow, what we reap. So when we choose actions that brings happiness and success to us and others, the fruit of karma is happiness and success for us. So all you must do is karmically make correct choices. So how does we do that? This nature has gifted us amazing system of intelligence. Perhaps we all know the word the emotional intelligence, right? We usually hear that, which allows us to make karmically correct choices. So nature has given us amazing computing system in our body itself. It's called the feeling. So it's called the finest level of feeling. So what happens at the finest level of feeling in ourselves, in our own body? There is a computing system that is far beyond that exists in the bounds of rationality. That means we can't even imagine, because this computing system is actually your link to the spaces between your thoughts. That means to the field of pure potentiality. This is the link to your cosmic computer, which is the field of infinite correlation, infinite possibilities, infinite choices. So what is infinite correlation means? It means that there is an ability in the system to take an infinity of things and simultaneously create events in the order to fulfill your desires. That means We can make everything we want, we can fulfill any desire we want, but we have to take that correct ones, right? So your body has that intelligence. So human body, it's like it can think, it has thoughts, it can play a musical instrument, it can kill germs, it can eliminate toxins, it can make a baby. It can do all at the same time, and again it is still do. It monitors the movements of stars, and it incorporates that cosmic energy into our own biological rhythm. So, and there is no intelligence within any rational thought that can do that. There is no supercomputer other than our human body, because rational thoughts is always logical and linear, whereas here in this contextual, it is relational, it is intuitive, it is wise, it takes everything into account. We don't know, we can't see with our rational thoughts, we don't understand that. Okay, but it has that capability, and that's why it is called contextual. It takes everything into account. It's not like about winning or losing. It doesn't believe in this linear cause. Okay, it knows everything. So, and every cell in our body has that. Every cell in our body has this computing ability. And how do we access it? By just listening to messages in our body. So there are two kind of messages that comes through our body at the finest level of feeling. So one is message of comfort, and other is message of discomfort. So one is message of pleasure, and one is not the message of pleasure. So it's like when you say like so and so person are very intuitive, right? We also speak high about gurus, all the spiritual gurus. What does that mean? All you're saying is they are very tuned into the messages that their body is giving. Whatever the body is giving, they are tuned to that. It's a heightened sense of awareness. They can tune into the finest level of feeling. It just they are just tuned to that cosmic messages in their body. So if you want to apply law of karma, first thing we must do is to culture that body intelligence. We are naturally good animals, we are naturally good humans. Culture body intelligence, just listen to what your body is saying. So, when confronted by any choice, when you are confused by any choice, right, just ask your body, should I do this or not? And if your body sends a message of comfort, then it means it is karmically appropriate to do that. You might think, right? See, there is a famous saying, always listen to your heart. But a lot of people think that, your heart is very sentimental, and it might mislead, right? Especially if you are dealing any business agreements or negotiations, some kind of those things, right? But fact is not that way. Right near your body, somewhere near in the heart, in your body, this your heart is not just a mere pump. It just doesn't do just the pumping the blood. It is an organ of intelligence. It is an organ of wisdom in this computing system of your whole body. That is the only wise organ. So you have to ask it, just bring your choice from the level of subconscious to the level of conscious mind by witnessing. All you have to do is just witness it. Every time you make a choice, right, just observe it. You don't have to evaluate it right then, you don't have to label it, you don't have to define it, you don't have to describe it, just witness it. When you witness it, what happens? You bring it up from your subconscious realm to the realm of conscious mind. So, as you observe the choices, you also foresee the consequences of that choice. Just pause it and witness it. In that mere observation of that choice is a foresight of the consequences of that choice. That means you already know what will happen of that choice. You will understand that. All you have to do is just you have to step back for a moment and witness the choice you are making. As you make those choices, right, when you wanted to make this choice, just witness it. And what happens is, in this just act of witnessing, you take the whole process from unconscious to conscious level. And this procedure of conscious choice making and witnessing is very, very empowering. And who all are there in yesterday's session, right? That is the same thing we are talking about. How do we control our urges, right? Or as we take a pause and think or witness our choice, that means we are bringing from subconscious to the conscious, right? So just ask yourself, will this choice bring me joy and happiness to me and also to others who are affected by this choice? And then ask your body. If your body says yes, it's a right choice. If your body says no, it's not the right choice. So heart is not at all sentimental. This is a very misconception. Heart is very, very wise organ. There is big difference between sentimentality and wisdom and sobriety, right? So it is like that. See, from our Vedic, our Upanishads, it has touched yesterday's class also. Actually, see, we have three bodies, like it's a gross body, subtle body, and casual body. Gross body is like stula sharira, and subtle body is sukshma sharira, and casual body is the karana sharira. Okay. And gross body, what do we have? What do you see? I have my head, I have my hands, and I have my legs, and all the actions that I do, right? I can see, and you can also see. This is at the physical level. It's a gross body. And subtle body, all my emotions or my senses, right? If I touch something, only I know. Do you see? Do you can you feel my touch? No, that is at the sukshma level, right? And casual level is what happens is, even I don't know, even I can sense it with my body, right? So that is the casual body, and that is where our soul and spirit reside. And karma is a software of that soul. So every action that you perform, it creates memory, and every memory creates a desire, and every desire is the cause of action again. So memory, karma, and desire are the software. So if you think about this a little bit, you understand that they're all the same thing. Because without memory, there is no desire. And without desire, there is no action. That means no karma. And without karma, again, there is no memory. So every thought that you have, every single thought that you have is karmically generated. See, that's why author is telling, like, people have, he's against the notion that, people say, try to have a positive thoughts. It is like telling somebody, don't think about pink elephants, and what do you do? That's all you think about, right? It's very hard. It's kind of practically not possible. You cannot try to have a positive attitude, but your attitude will change and your thoughts will spontaneously change if your choices are karmically appropriate. So we have to go there. Once we make our choices correct, our attitude changes and our thoughts also will change, because it's those karmic choices generate those thoughts. So every thought that you have is either a memory or a desire. So just keep this in mind, and there are no other thoughts. Every thought is either memory or desire. And that's another way of saying, right? It's an either interpretation or a choice. So in our essential state, in our true state, in the field of pure potentiality, we are infinite choice makers, right? In every moment of life. So we can touch with this software of our soul, and once we get in touch with that software of our soul through this conscious choice making, then from that level we can generate all that we want. We can fulfill all the desires that we have. Okay, so now we understood the law of karma. Going forward, if we make a good choices, the correct choices, if that means our future will be with good actions. That means we are going to have a positive karma. That is good. But now, what about the past karma? How it is affecting us, how it is influencing us now? That is there too, right? So, as per author, there are three things you can do about past karma. So, one way is to pay your karmic debts. I mean, all of us will do, most people choose to do that, but most of them are again unconsciously, of course. And some people choose it consciously, they accept it, they choose to pay. And even though they choose, there is sometimes a lot of suffering too. But the law of karma says no debt in the universe ever goes unpaid. Either we do unconsciously or we do consciously, we have to pay that debt, right? We have, if there is a suffering, we have to suffer too. But but there is a second thing. So that is the first thing, right? Paying our debt. And there is a second thing. You can transform your karma to a more desirable experience. See, as you are paying your karmic debt, all you have to do is ask yourself, so why am suffering? What can I learn from this experience? Why is this happening? And what is the message that universe is trying to give to me? How can I make this experience useful for others? So this allows you to transform the karma to a new expression, right? So for example, if you break your leg while playing a sport, right, here you might ask, what can I learn from this experience? What is the message that universe is giving me? Perhaps the message is just telling me to, slow down and be maybe more careful, or be more attentive to your body next time when you play. That is one kind of message. And another is, you may find there is more purpose to it. And then by asking, how can I make this experience used to my friends or other people? Like, you may decide to share, what you learned by writing a book. You can write a book about, how to play sports safely based on your experience, right? Or you may design a special shoe or leg support that prevents the kind of injury you experienced. So that is next level of experiencing the same karma, right? Because there is no other way. You have to pay the karma, you have to pay your debts. But this way, while paying your karmic debt, you have transformed your karma into positive experience. You haven't really gotten rid of karma, but you are able to take a karmic episode and create a new and positive karma out of it. Okay, that's a second way of paying. And now coming to the third way is to deal with karma, is to completely transform it. That means to transcend karma is to, you have to become independent of it, right? uh, that means you have to keep experiencing yourself, the real truth, your spirit, the gap between the thoughts, accessing that field of true potentiality. And again, of course, is done through the practice of meditation only. And that's why you might have heard, right? Meditation will clear your karma. Yes, there is a big concept behind it, but meditation will help you to clear the karma as well. So, and in applying this law of karma, author is asking us to, perform in three steps. So let me, I will read those. He is telling us to make a commitment to take, to do these following steps. Okay. So the first one is, today I will witness the choices I make in each moment. And in mere witnessing of these choices, I will bring them to my conscious awareness. I will know that the best way to prepare for any moment in the future is to be fully conscious in the present. And whenever I make a choice, this is the second one. Okay, so whenever you have to make a choice, I will ask myself two questions. What are the consequences of this choice that I am making? Will this choice bring fulfillment and happiness to me and also to those who are affected by this choice? So always, anytime, right, when you have a confusion between the choices, you have to ask these questions. This will help you to make more appropriate karmic choice. Okay, and the third one, and I will then ask my heart for guidance and be guided by its message of comfort or discomfort. If the choice feels comfortable, you can go ahead, and if the choice feels uncomfortable, you have to pause and see the consequences of that action, right? You have to go and think about it deeply. So but this guidance will enable you to make spontaneously correct choices just for yourself and for everyone around you. So these are the three simple steps you can follow uh, as per author. And so pretty much this is it, master. So uh, I know like karma is a big concept, and there is so much science into it. It's actually karma is both. It's completely science as well as completely spiritual as well. So we have learned like as from the author perspective, and I think it's very beautiful way of saying, and it's very simple to apply in our day to day life. See, all the time is we have to be consciously when we are making the choices, and also when we confront it, that means when we have a confusion, author is giving us an option, right? We have to think about it, what choice is good for me and others as well. And the next thing is listen to our body. Our body will always give us the correct message for us. Okay, and you don't have to go anywhere. Just our body will tell us, our heart will tell us. And that's why we see like it's a famous saying, right? Always listen to your heart, because it always says the correct message. Okay, so thank you, masters. So we will any questions we can do, or any comments, any experiences, anything.